what the people say. All right, I'm gonna give you the predictions for this week 1 NFL week. We got games. We have a few good games, and it don't even matter because it's football. So let's rock and roll. We got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, Atlanta has Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Roddy White, Tony Gonzalez, Michael Turner. Kansas City has that boy quarterback Matt Castle, came from New England. They have Jamal Charles. They have Peyton Hillis from the Cleveland Browns now. They also have McClusker. They also have Dwayne Bowe at the wide receiver position. So that might be an entertaining game, but I predict that the Atlanta Falcons will beat the Kansas City Chiefs. One of their dominant defenders is suspended for one game because of that one little thing. Because I think they almost like evenly matched right now for the first of the season. They both had time to prepare for each other. So I predict Atlanta will win that game. Not giving any points or anything on none of these games, just straight wins and losses. All right, the next game we have here is the Philadelphia Eagles. You got Mike Vick. You got Deshaun Jackson at wide receiver. You got Macklin on the other side. You got that boy McCoy running back. Trent Cole on defense for the Eagles. They monsters. They talking about they're gonna be a dynasty this year. They're going up against the Cleveland Browns. Their old ex-owner Art Modell just passed this week. God rest his soul, rest in peace. But they have Brandon Whedon at quarterback now, taking over from McCoy. They also have a great running back out of Alabama, Trent Richardson, and that Massaquoi from Georgia. So if you want to know who I think is going to win that game, I believe Philadelphia Eagles. They're just a better team. The Eagles trying to save Andy Reid's job, so look for them to win that game. Philadelphia Eagles over the Cleveland Browns. All right, we have the Washington Redskins. Week 1 over versus at the New Orleans Saints. All right, the Saints been going through a lot. Washington has been upgraded at quarterback with RG3. But as far as I can see, they don't have much else. They have a pretty decent defense, but not a whole lot of offensive weapons. New Orleans, on the other hand, has a plethora of weapons. Drew Brees. You have Darren Sproles. You have Pierre Thomas, Mark Ingram, Colson, Henderson. Plus, their defense is good. So I'm definitely going with New Orleans over the Washington Redskins. They gonna school that young boy with all them commercials. RG3, you better start playing some football. Quit making all them commercials. Okay, we got next the St. Louis Rams versus the Detroit Lions. St. Louis has Sam Bradford at quarterback. Steven Jackson still at running back there. Detroit has Matt Stafford. Calvin Johnson at wide receiver. And Ndamukong Suh on the defense. Defense pretty good with him. But the Matrix, you can't lose with him. Stafford and him, they trying to get into that elite group of quarterback and receiver, and I look for them to make noise this year. So I look for Detroit to beat the St. Louis Rams. Next game we have New England Patriots versus Tennessee. That's Brady versus Jake Locker at quarterback. Brady still has Welker, and he has those great tight ends, that Gronkowski and Hernandez, and the only thing I see Tennessee really has is Chris Johnson, and I think he need to wake up and start really playing ball again. So let's see if Chris Johnson can do something. If not, look for Brady to be Brady and for New England to win over the Tennessee Titans. Next game is the Miami Dolphins at the Houston Texans. I take the Texans just straight up. Reggie Bush gonna have his hands full. Got a little rookie quarterback in Tannehill. And Houston has one of the best rushers in the league now, Arian Foster, a great quarterback, Matt Shaw, and a great receiver if he can stay healthy, Andre Johnson. So I'm looking for Houston to come out on top versus Miami. Okay, next game is Buffalo at the New York Jets. Buffalo has that Fitzpatrick guy. They have Fred Jackson at running back, and now Mario Williams came from the Houston Texans to the Buffalo Bills on defense, and they going against New York Jets, who has Tim Tebow, of course, now, and Mark Sanchez. They have Santonio Holmes at wide receiver. They have Sean Green, okay, running back. But now, the New York Jets, who has one of the stingiest defense, they now have the safety, LaRon Landry, came from Washington Redskins. And they have the Revis Island over there, Darrell Revis, at cornerback. So I think that's going to be a good game. But I look for the Jets to eke it out simply because they're at home. Okay, so I'm taking the Jets over the Buffalo Bills. Next game, Jacksonville versus the Minnesota Vikings at Minnesota. All right, Jacksonville has Blaine Gabbert at quarterback. Maurice Jones-Drew just came into camp, so he's kind of rusty. He's not in football shape. And they don't really have a whole lot of other weapons. Minnesota has Christian Ponder at quarterback. Percy Harvard at slot or wide receiver. They also have Adrian Peterson, who's been ailing and he had knee surgery this offseason. So it's going to be interesting to see how he comes along. But I picked Minnesota since they're at home to win that. I think that's a dry game in a dry stadium. So Minnesota over Jacksonville. Next game, Indianapolis Colts versus the Chicago Bears at the Chicago Bears. You got Andrew Luck coming out of Stanford University, taking over for Peyton Manning at quarterback. He's looking to make, I don't know what he's looking. He's looking to just become a good player because Indianapolis is going to suck. Reggie Wayne, Dwight Freeney on defense, that's about all they got. Chicago is loaded. Their defense is, of course, always been starched and stingy. And you got Jay Cutler at quarterback. You got Matt Forte, one of the sweetest runners. And then now you have Brandon Marshall, who came from the Miami Dolphins. And he used to play with Cutler, so that's going to be sweet. Chicago's going to bust them up. So look for Chicago to beat Indianapolis Colts and welcome Andrew Luck into the NFL. Okay. Next game we have is the Carolina Panthers versus Tampa Bay. Cam Newton, Angelo Williams, Steve Smith gonna take it to Josh Freeman and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Cam Newton is the truth. Tampa Bay is going down. So Carolina Panthers over Tampa Bay. You got the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. You got Russell Wilson, the rookie, at quarterback. You got Lynch at running back. So let's see how they do. You always have Larry Fitzgerald at wide receiver. You got Beanie Wells out of Ohio State, but he hasn't really made noise to me in the NFL. So I do pick Arizona since they're at home over Seattle. Seattle, Russell Wilson is 5'11". He's looking to make his way in the NFL. And Arizona has a new quarterback in John Shelton over Kevin Cobb. So we're going to see how that works out. But I look for Arizona to beat Seattle by a small margin. All right, we have, which I think is the best game of the week. You have the San Francisco 49ers versus at the Green Bay Packers. San Francisco has Alex Smith, quarterback, Frank Gore, running back. You have Randy Moss coming back trying to revive his career. Eric Crabtree, running back. Patrick Willis on the defense, anchoring the defense, going up against the MVP of the league last year, Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. You have Jordy Nelson at wide receiver. Donald Driver, Jenkins. You have Clay Matthews on defense, A.J. Hawker. Ooh, both of these are probably going to win their divisions. So, this is like a precursor or preview of what could be a big game down in the playoffs down the line. But I'm looking for Green Bay since they're at home. The squeak by San Francisco 49ers. Okay, the next game we have is an afternoon game Sunday. It's Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Denver Broncos, a much anticipated um, um, showing of Peyton Manning. Now he's with the Denver Broncos. And boy, oh boy, they're going to be at home and that stadium going to be rocking. He got Wilson, McGahee at running back. He got Eric Decker at wide receiver. He got Brandon Stokely, who used to be with him with the Colts. And Pittsburgh, I don't know. James Harris is hurt. Mike Wallace just signed. You got Mendenhall, the running back. He's kind of hurt. You got Antonio Brown. I love him. And then Troy Polamalu. He's getting a little bit old. But the only thing I see in this game is Ben Roethlisberger is about to have a child. So his mind is in and out. He said if the baby's going to be born on Sunday, he won't even play. So I'm looking for Peyton Manning to prevail over the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's Denver over the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then we have two Monday night games for the first week. We have Cincinnati at Baltimore. I look for Baltimore to win because they know how to win. Ed Lewis, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, they are interchangeable. You got Flacco at quarterback, Ray Rice. Terrell Suggs is hurt. He'll be back in the middle of the year, hopefully. But I'm looking for Baltimore to win that game over Cincinnati Bengals. And you have the late game on Monday night, San Diego Chargers versus the Oakland Raiders. The Raiders, Carson Palmer, doesn't seem to be his like himself back when he was at USC. And Darren McFadden, I look for him to break out and have a great year. But they don't have many weapons yet, as far as I can see. And San Diego, they have Phillip Rivers, they have Ryan Matthews, running back, who's coming off of injury. And they also have Antonio Gates, great, great tight end. But I'm looking for San Diego to beat Oakland at home because Oakland simply doesn't know how to win yet. Hopefully, this new coach can instill a winning atmosphere there in Oakland. So that's week one predictions, Mick Sports Blog. Let's see what happens on Monday. We'll come back and we'll talk about what happened and how our predictions were and how good did we do. All right, baby. That's it for Mick Sports Blog. See ya. Goodbye.